Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls of the YouTube world, CJ Rose is back in the building. Welcome back to the channel. Alright, today we're going to be talking about something that happened on Monday, but today is Saturday and we're talking about it now. So if you're new to the channel and you ever see that, just know I'm either busy, tired, or both. And in this case, I'm both. So that's why it's taking so long for me to talk about this. But we had a debut on Raw. I like to call it a big debut. I do. I like to call it a big debut. So, Chad Gable had a match on Monday against any luchador Adam Pearce could find. Well, when you say it like that, you kind of already know who is going to be. And Chad Gable was out there. He was waiting on who he was going to face. Lights go out. Then you see like ninja stars on the Titantron. And then the next thing you hear is Cero Miedo. Because finally, after weeks and weeks of as promo vignette, Penta has officially made his WWE debut. And to feel even better about it, it was a great match. In my mind at this point in time, and I didn't really watch Dynamite this week, it was the best match of the week. It was the match of the week. For me, it was the match of the week. But again, this is me not watching AEW this week, so I don't even know what happened there. But to me, it was the match of the week. And I'm surprised, because I thought when Penta debuted, I thought Chad Gable was about to get buried. I thought Penta was going to do like good 8 moves on him, you know, show off his stuff, and, you know, hit his finisher, and that was it. No. Chad Gable got some stuff in. You know, got some suplex in, dragon screws, ankle locks, suplexes. He got all that in. And I felt great. I was like, man, that's how you make a debut, by having a phenomenal match. Then Penta after the match had a whole promo after. He said a good amount of it in Spanish. So I was trying my best to figure out what he said. I heard Mexico, I heard WWE, and then I heard Cero Miedo. So when I heard those 3 words, my automatic translation was, I come from Mexico. I'm proud to come from Mexico. I've wrestled all over the world. I'm finally here in WWE. Cero Miedo. You know what I'm saying? That's my translation to all of that. And I'm probably right. I'm probably right in a sense. So, hey, I ain't mad at it. I'm not mad at it. Now, based on this great debut by Penta, how do I feel about it? Well, me, I'm good. I'm great. I feel good about it because, you know, well, you don't know, but I've been following Penta since TNA. Actually, I didn't have access to Lucha Underground, so I think that was before I realized it was on Netflix. But I don't believe I have had access to Lucha Underground, so I was never able to watch that. But when TNA was on cable, years and years ago, yeah, I saw Penta on there. He was the world champion at one point. So yeah, Penta definitely did his thing in TNA. Then he went to AEW with his brother. even though his brother was in TNA as well. Um, he went to AEW with his brother. They didn't do much. So they did win the tag titles, but after that, they didn't really do much else. And now, boom, Penta's here by himself in WWE. I don't know what the contract looks like for Rey Fenix in AEW, because in fact Tony Khan want to add year or add time to his contract due to Rey Fenix being injured. So I don't know how much time Rey Fenix has on his contract to where once it's done, he could head to WWE with his brother, because that was the plan for both of them being WWE. But Tony Khan wanna be like, no, I don't want Rey Fenix to go. I'm like, bro, why? Like, why would you do that? But we probably would not have saw Rey Fenix for a while anyway. He's still hurt. He'll probably be hurt for probably a good amount of this year. So we probably won't see Rey Fenix for a while. But hopefully he can join his brother in WWE, and then we can have the Lucha Bros, and then all hell will break loose after that. You know what I'm saying? But what can we expect from Penta? Honestly, I don't like to go deep into the future, but Penta's, I guess, ceiling in WWE, for me, it's upper mid card. I don't see him being a main eventer or world champion in WWE, and that's not me hating on him, but I don't know. I don't see it. Like, if it happens, cool. You know what I'm saying? Hey, more power to him. You know what I'm saying? If it happens, I'm with it. We'll talk about it. You know what I'm saying? But for me right now, upper mid card. I mean, he can battle for the Intercontinental Championship, or if they put him on SmackDown, the United States title. You know what I'm saying? He could battle for those titles. You know what I'm saying? That right there, I feel like that's where Penta could be, or probably will be. I feel like he'll be in the Jey Uso slot. The Jey Uso slot to me is, Jey Uso is upper mid card, but he can always go to the main event when necessary. Like how next Saturday night's main event, he got a world title shot. You know what I'm saying? I think Penta could be in that same boat. It also depends on how the crowd reacts to him. Now, granted, they were in San Jose and on Raw. That place, that city is majority Spanish. It's majority of that city is Spanish. So, or a good part of that city is Spanish. So you picked a great spot for him to be in, because he's pretty much around his people. You know what I'm saying? And that's why he was able to speak Spanish, or a part of his promo on Raw was Spanish, because majority of the crowd would know what he's talking about. Like, oh yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like, you could have put him in San Jose, San Diego, like it was on SmackDown last night, El Paso, Texas. You know what I'm saying? Whichever cities are like predominantly Spanish, Penta would have thrived perfectly, and he would have been good, because majority of that crowd would know who that is. Actually, if you've been involved with wrestling as a whole, then you know who Penta is, because Penta's been around. Like I said, Lucha Underground, TNA, AEW, WWE, those are like the 4 big promotions he's been in. So if you ever watch those promotions, he's been in them. Or if you watch anything in Mexico, or I think Penta did some time in Japan, you know what I'm saying? If you watch any of that, you know who Penta is. And now, since I said that he's been around the world pretty much, Penta's birthday is coming up soon. Actually, I believe it's in 2.5 weeks. No, it's in 3 weeks. His birthday's in 3 weeks, which means by the time February 5th rolls around, he will be 40. So that's another thing that WWE has to keep in mind of. Penta is now reaching the back end of his career. He's 40. So luckily he came here at the time that he did. So now hopefully, they take advantage of what he has. Now we don't know how many years he has. Nobody knows that. Nobody ever knows how long they can keep going. You know what I'm saying? You'll know when your body tells you. But capitalize on what Penta has left. Make sure that you can get as much as you can from him. Now, again, that does depend on how the crowd reacts. It does. Because if this crowd, if the majority of the WWE crowds, most of them just know WWE, right? A lot of them just know who's been WWE, who they've seen, that's it. A lot of them don't watch outside wrestling like that. Like if they go to places like New York, Philly, what's another? Chicago. You know, you go places like that. Those are like the three dominant wrestling cities. Like if you go there and then you get a huge pop in the crowd, they know who you are. Because majority of them are watching wrestling everywhere. You know what I'm saying? So it all depends on how the crowd reacts to Penta. If Penta gets the great ovations, or the crowd reacts to him, you know, when he does the Cero Mero and that gets a huge pop for that, Penta will be all right. Penta's great. Penta will be great in WWE, 100%. Because you got a lot with Penta. My man could fly. He could do groundwork. Hell, he's charismatic as well. You see the walk that he does when he goes to the entrance? My man doing the walk. I'd be hype as hell. I'm like, yeah, that guy's cool. You know what I'm saying? That's a cool guy. That's a cool amigo. A cool primo. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? So we'll see how things go with Penta. I'm excited for him. Hopefully the future is bright. And again, I don't know how much time Rey Fenix has on his contract, but hopefully, if it ends this year, perfect. That means Rey Fenix could get out the contract and head to WWE with his brother. Then we got the Lucha Bros, and that's when things start going crazy. Now I don't know if WWE in WWE, if there's people that have been around for a long time in the business, if they come to WWE and they ask them, hey, who do you want to work with, or who would you like to have a match with? You know what I'm saying? I don't know if they ever asked that. They should. I feel like Tony Khan does, because Tony Khan's just a sucker for everything. Like, just a big ass kid with money. You know what I'm saying? But in terms of who I want to see Penta against, again, Penta's about to be 40, so it's not. I feel like you can pick and choose, but I guess it just depends. He has history on Andrade, that much I know. So seeing a match with those two would be good. He has history with Cody. So in fact, him and Cody were in a company at one point. Or in a company together at one point. Maybe twice, because I think actually it might be twice, because Cody did go to TNA for a little bit. And I think Penta was there as well. So hey, there's more history between those two, so why not? I know Penta and Gunther would cook, bro. It's something about that match would cook. And him and Seth Rollins would cook as well. Ooh, that would be a hell of a match as well. Then you think about if Rey Fenix comes this year, then the Lucha Bros. You got Lucha Bros DIY. You got Lucha Bros Motor City Machine Guns, Lucha Bros Street Profits, Lucha Bros New Day, Lucha Bros the Usos, Lucha Bros the Gorillas of Destiny. Oh my God. Oh my God. Woo. Matches galore with the Lucha Bros if that ever happens this year. But for now, Penta, as I said, upper mid card can be in the main event whenever you see fit. Oh, before I also want to talk about something. Let me talk about something. So on Tuesday, because I was seeing it as well, apparently backstage people were not happy about about Penta's debut. Talking about, oh, it went longer than it was supposed to. It cut short segments and cut short matches and things like that. And I'm sitting there like, you do realize y'all ended at 2:30, right? Like for me, Raw ended at 10:30. You had a whole 30 minutes to play with. And you telling me things got cut? Technically, that was y'all. That was on y'all. Who told y'all to cut? Who told y'all to cut 30 minutes? 30, like you had a whole 30 minutes to play with. Actually, more to the point, I'm hearing about this whole, oh, there's no exact runtime. You know, one day could be 2:30, another day could be 3, another day could be 3:30, another day could be 2 hours. Hell, I wouldn't be surprised if we see an hour and a half of Raw. You know what I'm saying? It's like, that's my problem. Like, I don't like things that are like, it's here this week and it's here the next. Nah, just keep it balanced. I don't like that, oh, there's no runtime. Because things like this can happen. Where, yeah, you have all the time to stretch a match from 10 minutes. You can make it 20 minutes or 25 minutes if you want to, if they're cooking like that. But if you extend the match past this time, that supposedly cuts off other things, you have the time to where you don't have to cut it. You can literally just add to it. Y'all ended at 2:30. Y'all ended 2 hours and 30 minutes. You could have used that extra that 30 minutes that you have to do whatever you want. How is somebody mad at the fact that a match got extended, but yet y'all cut 30 minutes off? Make that make sense. That doesn't make sense at all. How do you get mad at that? Like I don't understand that. Y'all trying to follow the guideline, the script and all that, but you telling me there's no exact runtime. You could be on for as long as you want, whenever you want. That's gonna be a mess. And this right here already shows it's a mess. Because now Penta got heat for what? For what? For cooking? That's what happens. When you cook, it gets hot in the kitchen. You know what I'm saying? Like, open the window. Put a fan on. You know what I'm saying? That's just what it is. Don't get mad when something runs, but yet y'all have the leverage and the luxury to go as long as you want. Like, come on. Like, I'm telling you, that's gonna be a mess, bro. I'm telling you, that might be a mess. But people will argue that. I'm like, yo, y'all not thinking. It's always the people with no profile pictures. Always wants to argue with you, bro. Hate them. But you know that is what it is. But either way, I love Penta's debut. Hell of a match. I'm glad Chad Gable was able to cook with Penta. My problem is Chad Gable lost again. Chad Gable needs to stop losing. He needs something. I don't know, but we'll see down the road what Penta is like. Maybe we get the Lucha Bros this year as well. Only time will tell. We'll see what's up. But until then, it's been Rose, man. Thank you for watching. Thank you for all the love and support as always. Do I have anything coming up? Well, Saturday night's main event is next Saturday. I won't talk about it because I don't think anything's really going to happen on that. The Royal Rumble's in 2 weeks, so we'll talk about it when we talk about it. I'm trying to finish Dragon Ball Sparking Zero. Hopefully I can try to finish that this weekend. Because the DLC, the first DLC of Dragon Ball Sparking Zero comes out. I think it comes out Thursday, I believe. So I did say whenever the DLC comes out, I might try my hand online because I wanted to see that Gohan in action. So we'll see what's up with that. You know, we got my NBA 2K25. I gotta keep my season moving. But yeah, so that's all I got really. So until next time, peace, love, 100. Yeah.